In this interview, we're going to hear from Dr. Jeff Golini. Dr. Golini is the founder of All American Pharmaceuticals. They're the company that makes the N2G supplements for us here at EOS Fitness. Today, we're speaking with Dr. Jeff Golini, the founder of All American Pharmaceuticals. They're the ones who make our N2G supplements. How are you doing today, Dr. Golini?
Oh, I'm doing great. Another great day here in Billings, Montana.
And see, we're just talking, and this is for the personal trainers at EOS Fitness. We were talking, you've been in the fitness industry. Well, how long have you been in the fitness industry?
Well, if you want to start the whole industry, I started back in the seventh grade, so that was a long time ago. But I really got into, the supplement industry in 1985. And back then there was only, Joe Weider, Unipro, and a few of the old time brands around. So I really got into it at the really start, when it was just a small little industry.
And why are supplements so important? Why should they be a thing in our training kit or with our clients?
What people got to realize is supplement. That means it's a supplement to food. I always make it clear, this isn't a replacement for food. You need to eat, you need to train, you need to exercise. But there's a couple reasons. Number one, as an athlete or an active person or somebody just trying to get in shape, whether it's weight gain, weight loss, or you just want more energy to feel good, you're asking more from your body, and you just can't get it from food. The way things are processed these days, the GMOs, all the spraying of our crops, you just can't get all the correct nutrients. Several years ago, the FDA allowed radiation of our fruits and vegetables. If you wonder why a banana never ripens or a tomato tastes like cardboard, it's because it's been radiated to extend the shelf life, and it completely kills all the nutrients. So again, supplement, you got to be fueling the body in order to reach your goals. If not, you may not reach your goals, or it's going to take you forever, and you might end up getting hurt, et cetera.
So the role of supplements in diet is to replace what we're not getting in our natural food. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, again, when you look at each of the products on the N2G line, they are designed for specific reasons. So yes, there are things to replace, to give us the nutrients that our body doesn't produce, that we have to get from external sources, that it's really difficult to do. When we're, again, exercising, we need more protein. And today's fast pace, people don't eat. So, being able to take a protein drink, kicking off a diet. The number one reason why people quit is they want to see results in a week. They forgot that it took them 20 years to get to where they are. So again, by adding a weight loss supplement, it helps to kick things in and gets things going. So again, every product is geared toward, again, supplementing, whether it's to kick in the metabolism, to help with recovery, to make sure that you get enough protein for repair and growth. Again, if you are not taking supplements, you are not going to even come close to reaching the potential or the goals that you have set for yourself.
And I think for those of us that do use supplements on a regular basis, I think we can all attest to that. And then the question I have, though, is what type of research do you conduct on the supplements that you use?
So that's what makes us different, and I'll boldly say this, than any other manufacturer in the country. Today, contract manufacturing means I'll make whatever you want, and sometimes you have to buy whatever I have. No science, no who, what, where's, and how's. Okay, it tastes great. They work hard on making things taste great, but they don't look at absorption. They don't look at delivery, and they surely aren't developing patented ingredients like we are. So again, being an athlete, it was more than making a dollar. It was producing something that was the best of the best, that works, formulating something for a specific goal. So without doing the research, developing these type of things, anybody can go into the kitchen and mix some flour and stuff together, but that don't mean it's going to be a good pancake.
No, that's a great way to look at it. Let's real quick. Let's just take a quick scroll through some of the products that we have that we make available through N2G and talk about who could benefit. So let's look at the pre-workout. In your vision, who could benefit, or who is the pre-workout for? What type of clients could benefit from the pre-workout?
Sure. And now the pre-workout, I would say would be for, 18, 17 and older. This isn't for young kids. I never say, because there is some caffeine in there to kick in some stuff. But anybody who is going to the gym and needs a little boost, let's face it, when I was a competitive bodybuilder, I trained at 4 in the morning. I needed to kick myself going. Back then, we didn't have pre-workouts, so it was coffee. Now I train after work. So for people who, have to train after work or, at lunchtime, I mean, how do you go from life to getting into the gym? Well, the pre-workout contains everything that you need to fuel your body. A pre-workout is more than just some caffeine. That's great to kind of get the mind working and to get you out of that tired mode, but it contains all the other nutrients that are going to help with moving blood, oxygen, recuperation, endurance, stamina. These are all things that you need in a pre-workout. So everyone who exercises could benefit from a pre-workout, whether you're just doing cardio, whether you're weight training, whether your goal is, weight gain or weight loss. You still got to get in there. And if you can do more, then the quicker you're going to see the results.
And then how about with the BCAAs? What are the BCAAs, or when should we take BCAAs? When should we recommend to clients they should be taking their BCAAs?
So the BCA is one of my favorite products because when we exercise, when we walk, when we're working too hard, thinking, basically our body is expending amino acids. I always say we kind of burn these things up. And the first three that we expend are the BCAAs, the leucine, the isoleucine, and valine. So the quicker we can replenish those, the quicker our muscles recover. So I personally like to take a BCAA either along with my pre-workout or post-workout. Again, it's more the consistency of using that product versus, getting dialed in. Oh, I didn't take it exactly 30 minutes before, so I won't use it. I've had times where, I was going to do a long workout and I would sip on it, during the workout. So again, you can find out what works best for you, but the main thing is using it every day. And you can use it on off days because that's the days that you're also refueling, replenishing. You could use it more than once. If you're in a weight loss regimen, there's a little trick called a BCAA pump, I call it, where when you take in a large amount of BCAAs, so I'm talking about more than one dose, 2, 3, 4 doses a day, your body thinks that you are depleting muscle, that you're burning muscle because you've got no fat, you've got no food coming in, and it will cut that off and it will convert to looking for body fat to fuel for energy because our body really wants to burn fat first. And then the last fuel source would be muscle. So it's a little trick that works for about a week, week and a half. So someone who's trying to really kick in their diet, or someone who is a competitive athlete who gets down to the end and is just having trouble getting rid of that. But that's another little trick with it. But anytime is good.
Cool. And it's fascinating to hear about this stuff. I mean, we know we use it, we know they're important, but to hear this insight, to me, I always enjoy that. Now let's talk about the whey protein and the vegan protein.
Right.
When is the best time that we should be recommending the use of protein with our clients?
So protein is a take what you can afford. Your body needs protein. Protein is broken down into amino acids. Yes, BCA are amino acids, but these proteins are complete proteins. So they contain all of the essential and non-essential amino acids. Your body then absorbs those, and that's what is the building blocks of muscle. So even if you aren't trying to gain muscle, if you're exercising, you still need to repair. If you want to get that harder muscle look, you're trying to get in shape, there's more to it than just burning body fat, because you can see a lot of runners who run all the time and their muscles are just flabby because they aren't getting in enough protein. So number one, about 1.5 grams per pound of body weight is kind of my rule of thumb. You should get protein in about every 4 hours. So if you don't eat breakfast, you had better be having your clients take a scoop of the protein in the morning, because so many people, a cup of coffee, a piece of toast, and they're out the door. We don't want to go into nitrogen deficit. We want to try to keep this positive nitrogen balance throughout the day. Um, if you are eating protein, for lunch, you don't need to take a protein drink. But what about 3 o'clock in the afternoon when people start to get hungry and you go for the junk food? No, have a drink of protein. And the same thing with that night before you go to bed. That's when you're really recovering. And if you have a drink of protein at night, you'll find that it really kind of cuts your cravings for sweets and such. And the difference between the two is, one is milk based, the other one is vegetable based. So there are people who are trying to follow more of a vegan or vegetable based diet. So that's why we developed that particular one. For milk, if you don't have an issue with it, both of them are great proteins.
Let's take a look at the fat burner. We got two more. We got the fat burner and a multivitamin. So the fat burner, that is safe for our clients that need that help kind of burning that excess energy, correct?
Correct. That's based on the patented ingredient called Lyzyme 5. 20 years of research went into that. It was extremely difficult getting a patent on it because we did a lot of clinical studies showing that it lowered cholesterol. Now, in the dietary supplement, we can't make that claim because then it becomes a drug. Drugs can make claims. We can't make claims. But it literally gets in, breaks up the body fat, deposits it into the bloodstream so you burn it for energy. The same thing that all these keto people all these years were trying to do by not eating and what have you. There is a little bit of stimulant because once that cholesterol is deposited into the bloodstream, we got to kick the metabolism up to start metabolizing that. So it does take a good 30 days for it to work. But again, it's safe unless you have some medical condition where you can't drink coffee or something. Again, this is more for adults, not for kids and such. I always kind of stress that. But for anybody, coming in and trying to kick off a program, as I said, the number one reason why your clients quit or drop off is they have unrealistic expectations. They think they're going to lose 40 pounds in a week because they got to go to a wedding. Well, this product will help kick things in. So they actually will start to see some results in the first week. The first dose, they're going to feel better. They're going to have more energy all day long because, again, our fat is our reserve energy supply. So if we can constantly be depositing fat into the bloodstream to burn for energy, you're going to feel better. When you feel better, you look better. It's amazing, having a good positive attitude.
All those carry on effects. And if we help our clients with that, then our clients will be so stoked with the results, they'll stay with us longer. Now, finally, the multivitamin, because really when I started working at EOS, I was so stoked to have access to the multivitamin because I'm a big fan. I mean, I just know the role that I know how important a good multivitamin is.
This is the number one product. When somebody says, if you would only recommend one supplement, what would it be? And they're waiting for me to say pre-workout or BCA or protein. And I'll say, no, multivitamin, because these vitamins, our body does not produce. We have to get them from an external source. And as we said earlier, with all of the Roundup and the way that we spray our crops, we're killing all these nutrients, the radiation. And again, you can say, well, I plant all my own organic. Well, guess what? This water from all of these farms could be miles away is getting into your food source. I saw research a few years ago about the government was checking organic farms versus non-organic, and they were finding 35% of Roundup and pesticides in the organics, where they were finding 80 or 90. But again, it's all from the groundwater fill off and et cetera in the air. But we are deficient. Everyone is deficient at any point in the time in one of the B vitamins. These B vitamins are crucial for the absorption of your protein, carbs, and fats. So you could be eating the best diet, but if you aren't absorbing it, then again, it's completely useless. These vitamins control all of our metabolic functions, our brain, our internal organs, our muscles. Everything depends on vitamins. There are a few that are very crucial that our body does metabolize, but the rest we got to get from external. And if we don't, vitamin C, if you don't get enough vitamin C, you will develop scurvy. I mean, that's just one thing. So again, very, very important. Now, this product can be used by kids. As soon as they could swallow, you could be giving it to, having your clients give it to their kids. If you have kids you're training, not a problem. They just need one cap. They don't need, a full dose. And you can recommend the dose based on their activity level. But this should be the number one product that everybody takes. You're going to feel better. You're going to have more energy, more mental focus. Can't say enough about it.
Well, I don't know if it's because of the vitamins or supplements, but I certainly know I have all the all those things. I don't know if it's exercise, everything else, but I do know that when I do take the supplements, I can feel the difference. And when I travel, when I'm off my usual routine and out of the corporate office for a few days and off my schedule, I really do feel the difference. So I think that's why I wanted to speak with you, Dr. Golini, is to help our personal trainers understand a little bit more about the N2G supplements and about how they help our clients. So, Dr. Golini from All American Pharmaceuticals, thank you for your time today. I certainly appreciate it.
Absolutely. My pleasure.